Hello, cyberspace. It is your favorite cyber bitch, Terracin here. So, I decided to name this the Musketeers. After everything that's happened, we have stuck together, and others are doing their own stuff, which, all two of my sentiment invites, but, a lot of them are busy, so that's cool. Oh, it had 4 waiting, now only 2 watching. So we have with us Jeff Goldblum.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing?
We have the micro man that will kill you, Nano Reaper.
Only if they meet my absorbently high pay rise.
And of course, we have Scooby 321.
Hey. So what's going on?
How you doing?
Hanging in there. Just chilling. How's everyone else?
I'm tired. Dealt with kids today. So the other night I did a Cards Against Humanity stream. And Scooby, you left still near the beginning because I think you had to go do something with your wife. And my roommate came down and she's fucking bitching and moaning because the kids woke her up, and I'm like, you decided to bring them over here. And so she's like, they're gonna clean up that fucking room, and we're gonna clean up down here. I'm like, okay. So I had to keep muting myself and go back and forth. So I was away from the computer, and they all decided, all my players, all my guests decided, oh, we're gonna leave while Tara's gone as a fucking joke.
That is pretty funny.
Fuck you.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
How much dead air ran live before you got back?
I have no fucking clue. I haven't gone and looked. I don't watch my own videos.
Hey, at least you didn't fall asleep drinking and just...
Or fall asleep on the toilet while vomiting.
Oh, my God. I'll do it too.
No, I think I'll be getting pretty wasted at more, because I think Burnside plans on getting us some Jaeger. That's the only time that's gonna happen.
I don't drink. So.
No, me and Burnside.
I was gonna say I'll be the designated driver.
Apparently, he doesn't have very many friends that like Jaeger, and I do. It tastes like licorice.
It tastes like fermented deer's blood, because that's what it is.
Although the Wikipedia says it doesn't have real stag blood in there, and I'm like,
anymore.
If you make it
in there anymore.
Yeah. Now there's people that still make the homemade stuff, and it's got the blood in there.
I think a lot of that came from the fact that if you look at Jaeger oil, and I think it's.
I thought it was a shtick because the name of the stuff translates to Master Hunter.
Yeah, and it did used to have deer's blood in it.
Yeah, when it in the old days. I mean, there's still some people in Germany that and all that still make it the original way.
Yeah, but that would be the Jägermeister. Jaeger is hunter, and Meister is master. So yes, it is Master Hunter.
Yeah.
I mean, leave it to the Germans. They do. It's they'll make a compound word for anything.
Yeah.
And everything.
Oh, also, leave it to the Germans. They make another liqueur called Goldschlager with real flakes.
Oh God, yeah.
And you take 1 ounce of Goldschlager and 1 ounce of Jägermeister and take them both at the same time, and that's called a liquid cocaine.
yes. I haven't had one of those in a long time.
Oh,
you know what? I used to.
That's not quite as bad as a liquid heroin, which I think adds rumplements as well.
Yes. You know, well, you know what we used to do with Goldschlager? This is gonna make you cringe. I used to funnel it.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
Yeah.
so much cinnamon.
yeah.
Germans and their damn schnapses.
Yeah. Oh God, I could not stand schnapps when I was a kid. Oh, you know, you sit there when you're a teenager and you get, you know, like with some asshole always steals that bottle of peppermint schnapps from his aunt's liquor cabinet, and you know, you
Ugh.
guys, yeah, and you know, you idiots either eat Chinese food or Taco Bell, and then decide to go in the woods and drink peppermint schnapps.
Wait. You grew up in New York. Where the fuck are there woods besides Central Park?
Woods usually just means that's the lot where the trees are growing that hasn't gotten like torn down yet and like had something built there. But yeah, that's the reason people got caught all the time. It's literally like maybe a 20 by 20-foot square with like a bunch of dead trees, and then you'll have a bunch of teenagers standing in a circle smoking pot, and you know, cops are driving past, and all of a sudden they see this friggin' chimney smoke coming up out of a vacant lot. Oh, okay, there's the teenagers. Ugh. Yeah, but you know, I remember what really became big. I think when I was in college, were aftershock and avalanche.
Oh God! And the crystals that would grow in those fucking jars.
Yeah,
The older they sat, and they got like they were supposed to get stronger, and they're just. I mean, first of all, they're nasty. The shit I would drink in my late teens and early 20s, I won't touch with a 10-foot fucking pole today.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I remember when I was a teenager, all I used to drink was malt liquor all day. Just
Oh, the zingers, the Mickeys.
no, I used to drink like St. Ides, Old English, Crazy Horse, Country Club, King Cobra, you name it.
I've never gone that far down the desperate shithole. I've never drunk Mad Dog 2020.
Oh my God, I haven't had Mad Dog 2020 in over 20 years.
And in 41 years of existence, I have never drunk Mad Dog 2020. I have no intention of starting now.
When I was a kid, there was this place. We would stop there because it was, you know, like they had it at the cheapest price. Like when we were going up into Brooklyn to, you know, go score, we'd stop at this place in Amityville. It was called The Corner, and it was really bad. People would get, you know, like shot broad daylight over there. But the liquor store had the cheapest price for Brass Monkey. You go in there and for like $5, you get like a big bottle and a bunch of paper cups.
Hey, Scooby.
Yo.
Jacob Navarro thought that you were in your 40s or late 60s.
Oh, no, I'm 39, bro. Yeah.
He's only 3 years older than me.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's because I'm the youngest of 7. So my life experience when I was a kid, like in the 80s, my older siblings were teenagers, so they would drag me into the city with them and shit. So when I was, you know, like a little boy, like 7, 8 years old, I was in Manhattan watching people like on the corner with like the cardboard breakdancing and shit. When people like used to wear like the tracksuits and the big boom boxes with the sneakers and like the big hats with the Kangol hats pulled down low and all the chains and everything. I actually was there when that was going on when I was a kid. You know, my sisters would take me into the city with them constantly. My brother would take me in with him because they would get stuck with me and they didn't want, you know, they had shit to do. You know, they couldn't really stay out here and do what they were doing, you know, so they had to go into Manhattan for something, so they'd take me. But, yeah, I'm only 39. I'm the youngest of 7. So I just have a lot more life experience for somebody my age.
Yeah. Oh, and other notes. The socialists lost all of their election bids in Ohio tonight.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Apparently, Ohio has flipped to a red state.
Cool. Didn't know it wasn't.
It's always been a battleground state. It's like it flips every couple of elections. So, you know.
So what's the deal now? We got Ohio as a red state, so
Well,
I guess
it means that their midterm like elections that they the earlier whatever special elections they had apparently all went red according to the news feeds right now. So I don't know. It's not a state. I don't live there. It's not really that, except for the fact it is a battleground state. I do pay attention to it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it did go red in the last election too, because Trump won it. So it's good because, of course, the left is having yet another meltdown on the Twitter sphere. Our favorite Full House actress is having yet another meltdown on Twitter. I'm already blaming the Russians. So.
Full House actress. Which one is this?
Alyssa Milano.
Oh, that's not Full House. Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Whatever.
No, she was on Who's the Boss and The Craft, and not The Craft, but Charmed.
When the high point of her career is Embrace of the Vampire and Poison Ivy 2, you know, she hasn't done anything worth watching since then. And
to be real, it was Charmed. Charmed was the height of her career.
No, because she actually took her top off in those two movies.
She didn't have anything to write home about. You know, I mean, I guess maybe when I was a kid, you know, because I remember when Commando came out, I had a crush on her. But by the time I was old enough to chase after anything, I mean, she's an Italian broad.
I also would like to point out that those movies came out in the late 90s when she was in her, or mid 90s when she was just over 18-ish. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it would, trust me, nobody wants to see her tits today because she looks like an aging Italian woman that isn't aging well.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, you know, she is an Italian broad, and as far as they go, she's a little bit on the mousy side. She doesn't really have too much curve to her.
No, she stayed fit all her life.
Yeah. I'm not saying that she's out of shape. It's just she was always so damn scrawny, you know?
My brother says, are we in another ironic Red Scare? Instead of Soviets, it's Republicans?
You know, it's amazing what that, you know, what people, what these Hollywood types and people that in academia that don't, you know, bust their knuckles open turning wrenches, forget that there's this whole class of people that actually work for a living, mm-hmm. and these are the majority of Americans, and what they care about is jobs, paying less in taxes, and the government staying the fuck out of their lives.
Yeah. And they, you know, it drives me nuts because they think that literally the whole world revolves around them.
I want to take a quick second to thank everyone that has given me upvotes, because before I even started this stream, I already had 2 downvotes. So thank you to those that made it up to 6.
Nice.
7. It's up to 7 now. I mean, it's just the thing. The thing is with, it's like they've forgotten who actually, you know, does their, it's not the fuckers that are, you know, teaching college courses. That's not the majority of the Americans. It's the construction workers. It's the electricians. It's the fucking plumbers, you know. And you know, so
you know, the thing that's been driving me nuts for a while is like I can't understand, like, what the hell did they think they were going to do with all these gender studies majors? I mean, who the fuck is working at intake at these colleges? I mean, if you're supposed to be part of the state institutional system, shouldn't you actually be providing something that's beneficial to the state? Like, I don't know. That just to me would make common sense. I don't know. I don't understand why my tax money is going to these colleges that are doing something that's counterproductive to the economy. You know? Maybe it's me.
Dead air.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the hell? I thought it was like I couldn't hear you guys.
No, I mean, but you're right though. It is a complete and total. These teachers are out there that are just making stuff up, or they're making things for everybody.
Well, you know what the main thing of it is, like, I'd like to know, how the fuck did they get these curriculums in place? Seriously, was it really like that en masse, that impossible?
Well, the way I understand it is in the humanities in particular, only like 1 in 20 professors is even remotely conservative, and 1 in 5 of those same professors identify outright as Marxists. So
yeah,
that's
and saying 1 in 20 is conservative, that's pretty.
You think that's too many? It's probably 1 in 100.
I would say less than 1%, but that's just me. Less than 0.1%.
The thing is, the ones that actually are conservative are less likely to speak out because, they're outnumbered badly, and don't want to have people slinging mud at them. Tenured or not, right? They can make their careers difficult. So,
yeah,
they just keep quiet and let it happen. And then you end up with things like, gender studies, critical race theory, none of which is grounded in any kind of proper scientific methodology. It's there. But I mean, I'm no expert on this. You should be listening to Jordan Peterson if you want a much better.
So Jacob Navarro said, I shared the stream on Twitter. Straight Sith male. Jacob in communist Russia. The stream share you.
Nice. I like that. So let me ask. Do we got everything lined up for more? I mean, we're down to a month now.
Oh God. It's actually less than a month. Today was the 7th.
Yeah.
So Burnside is supposed to, as soon as he gets paid, either this week or the next paycheck, give me the information I need, and I will reserve the rooms. And my roommate and my neighbor are going to chip in to get my ticket. And also are giving me some spending cash.
Oh, very cool.
Because just shit ended up happening, and I have not backed down from wanting to go.
Yeah.
And the neighbor, she's like, I'm not even worried about the dude taking me, paying me back. She's like, I'm doing it because you really want to go. You want to see your man. Those are her words. And you don't have to, but you've been staying with, your roommate and driving her places and driving me places. So, yeah, I'm going to pay for part of your ticket.
All right, cool. At least you have that going. That's good.
Yeah. Because I was going to be really, really pissed if I couldn't go.
Yeah, I hear that. I'm still trying to get all my money together to get down there. Diogenes was concerned, he was telling me, because the thing of it is, since the Ajaxes had to back out because of Ajax's health, our prices are all going to go up now. So he was saying he might
not by too much. Here, I still have the actual website pulled up.
Yeah, I want to get down there either way. Just I'm gonna try to see, because it looks like I might wind up having to do the bus again, which fucking sucks. I hate Greyhound. The scenery blows.
I hate buses.
I prefer to train. I like to actually be able to see the countryside.
See, I can't do buses, not even city buses, because of all the people. You're fucking crammed in there like goddamn sardines, and the germs. Oh my God, the fucking germs.
Oh, I didn't know you had a problem with germs.
Oh yeah.
Huh. I used to work in a landfill sorting through sewage.
I'm what I call a mild germaphobe, because I can handle it to a point, and that's because I have hand sanitizer on me at all times.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the being, mostly the being crammed into one small space, because I'm also a claustrophobic. Let's see.
That sucks.
I'm pulling up. I have every so often I have to redo what I'm wanting to see on here. So give me a minute, because I'm going to tell you exactly how much it's going to cost for only 5 people going. Because I'm having to do the honors one where we can't have any cancellations whatsoever, which is fine. We plan on going.
Good.
If Ajax backs out, or not Ajax, but Diogenes backs out, Burnside's screwed on a ride.
All right, what's going on, yo?
Hey, what's going on?
Yep.
Hey, Pat, what's happening, brother?
Oh,
Hey, what's up, man?
There's that sexy man.
Yeah, I just got the link. I was just trying to fix up a whole lot of things, so it's like with my new YouTube channel, I got to do a lot of changes, because somebody who had like the same name as me and who got more subscribers basically bitched to YouTube. So now I got to do a lot of changes and all that right there. I ain't want
that douche nozzle.
Yeah, so I didn't want to go through the hell of the things right there. So I'm just basically trying to find a new name just to call my channel. And plus, trying to make up another channel as well, because I wanted to, do something that can just get me away from like the social issues for a little bit of while. So, because they're kind of driving me nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. I had told Six I was going to start trying to focus on cooking. Like starting to do like cooking videos. And the other thing I was doing, I was picking up a fish tank, and I was going to do a planted tank, so I was going to start trying to do a time lapse on that one. I just got to get a camera to put on it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, things like that. I was, filler content. That way, like, you don't got to knock yourself out every day making like a lot of big videos. Just like bullshit videos here and there.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
You know what you could do is you just get some like Tetras or or some other like kind of energetic fish, and just do 24-hour. If you're not doing anything, 24-hour tank streaming.
Yeah.
Real quick, Scoob. With it being because we know I can't pay for my part of the room, so I set it for 4 people paying. Because the cost for 2 rooms is $928.98. It would be $232.24 per person.
Okay.
That's still not bad for the rooms.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we could. All right. I'm trying to think. All right. Well, just really quick. We're still settled on that hotel, but just in case now, we maybe want to compare it to the other place because maybe it doesn't change as much with the place that we originally picked, and we can go there anyway now. Like, I mean, if what I'm saying, if the price is going to be around the same ballpark price anyway, let's get the place that's really close. If it's going to be
All
the
right,
same,
let me go get the information from my DMs with Diogenes.
Okay. So, Pat, what about you? You thinking about coming down to DC next month?
I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do. What's going on in DC?
Oh, come on, Pat. Well, you can do it for your big 4-0.
That's it. I wish I could, but it's kind of hell getting away from my job right now.
Yeah, I hear that, man. It's
being on such demand, especially back to school.
Yeah. I got to actually go up to the school. I think I'm going to be going there this week. I got to go talk to them. I had problems with them with last semester. Just trying to finish up for my damn degree. But
I'm not talking about back to school. For me, it's more my children right now. It's like my oldest daughter. She's 17 years old and she's a senior this year. So
wow.
so her and her crew, they're running the school. So it's like I'm pretty sure that's fun for her. My son, he's in 8th grade, and my youngest daughter, she's now starting like I think the 6th or the 7th, something like that. But yeah, it's like they're teenagers, they're growing up, and I'm like, oh, good God. So it's like
So real quick, Scooby, why exactly did you have to go back to college?
Oh, I want to finish up for my degree. See, way back when in 2004, I actually left to work in the private sector, like anyone in college. When they get an offer, instead of just sticking it out and finishing their degree, they jump like an idiot and go for the offer. I went and I wound up getting a job with a major metropolitan newspaper, and I wound up getting a job working with the radio. The problem with the newspaper was they ran into a circulation scandal that was huge, and someone in there was a whistleblower. So they blacklisted everyone who was with them for less than 5 years. So I couldn't get back in with them. They just cut me loose because just to cut their losses, they fired everybody. And I actually, I didn't know at the time. Somehow it was a loophole. I thought I had gotten around it, but they just said no. I got in trouble. I kind of got thrown off of the air. The communications company I worked for, it was a big radio station in New York. I got thrown off the air for playing Bloodhound Gangs. Lap dance is better when a stripper is crying because someone called in and requested
I love that song.
Yeah. So, yeah, I never really got a chance to go back to school, but the past 2-3 years I've been trying to get back in just to finish up my degree. So, long story short, that's what I was in school for. I'm a communications major.
Well, didn't you also say something about it's state required or some shit for
Yeah, because the way New York State has it rigged, they want me to get comp. Not that they want me to get comp. I'm quote unquote eligible, which I'm not for comp. As long as I find a job, so they'll pay me my comp, to match the difference that I would have been earning working for the state, for my paycheck, which they're not going to give me shit, basically. So I've been trying to get, comp money from them. They're like, no, you're injured. You have to, you're not in a wheelchair though, so New York State requires you to work. Okay. Every job I go to, they look at me, they're like, we can't hire you. New York State says we can't hire you for insurance reasons. You're not hireable. So I go back to ComCourt and I tell them this. They say, oh, that's not our department. That's another department. And it's perfectly legal for them to do that here. I've been going through this same goat rodeo now for the past 10 years. But I actually, since I think I had said this the other day, I was actually going to read this on air, and I never got the chance. Oh God, I had the thing, and now where is it? Ah, here it is. Oh wait, that ain't it. That's the thing from the college. Well, I had gotten a letter in the mail, and basically, after about 4 or 5 years of applying and applying and applying, and the state telling me to go scratch my ass with both hands, I may actually have. Up here it is. In response to the claimant's counsel and the request for further action, you indicated that your client requests a hearing to consider changing condition and classification. Based upon your request, the board is scheduling the case for a hearing. You will receive notice of hearing giving a date, time, and location in the near future. You watch my luck. It's September 7th. I'm supposed to be in D.C. on the 7th, and I'm probably going to have to stay up here just to go to Concord and get told, okay, we're going to postpone until the 1st of January or some shit.
Yeah.
So. But I hope that answered his question. Sorry, it was a long answer. Oh, man. I can't believe that's another school year starting already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm starting to wonder if I've like died in some horrible crash 20 years from now or something like that, and my life is just flashing before my eyes. Shit moves so fast these days, man. It's fucking
Oh yeah, and the older you get, the faster it seems to move.
And I actually had a theory about this. Was that like, you know how when you were younger and something was like a week away and it seemed like forever until you like, you know, you're going to some, I don't know, carnival or big, your favorite movies coming out or whatever. I think it's because the younger you are, those time spans, like 1 week or 1 month, they're such a huge percentage of your life where like, as you get older, that time frame is much a smaller percentage and they just keep going. Like, you know, does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, at 2 years old, 1 week is 1% of your life. You know what I mean? Now 1 week is like what? Less than 1/10 of 1% of my life? Less than 1/36. No, less than 1/18. Yeah, it's almost like of a percent. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but also it has to think about like what the fuck do you have to do at say 2 years old?
Yeah.
Eat, poop,
Nothing but
and play. You know?
Exactly. At 2 years old, you can't beat the hell still.
Yeah.
No, yeah, our hours are more full at this point in our lives.
Mm-hmm. Because just think, at 2 years old, I can't remember how many times I got told to sit down. Just what? I sit down for about 5 seconds, I'm up and running again. Now it's like, hell, you can't even hardly get me to get the hell up. Like, shit. You gonna do this for me? No, I'm tired. God damn it, leave me the hell alone.
I already did something today. Leave me alone.
Yeah, yeah, like I work, God damn it. As soon as I sit down, as soon as I get off my feet, I don't want to get back on them no more.
Oh yeah.
It's like my day's over. I'm done. I'm going to sleep.
Mm-hmm. And that's why when I get to the house, the first thing I said, if you need me to do something, tell me right now, because once I sit down, don't call my name.
Oh, Queen of the South is in the chat. Hey, sweetie. I'm waiting for Scooby to get back because the hotel I picked is still about $300 cheaper than the one he wants.
I say, $300. What kind of hotel y'all been in?
DC is filled with pretty much nothing but highfalutin hotels, and the one we're looking at is a Hilton. The one that which you would think is really expensive, but it's not for just 2 rooms for 5 people. But the fucking Marriott is more expensive. They're still wanting almost 1,300 for 2 rooms and 2 adults per room, and that's because it won't let me put, how many people per room.
Well, you know that eventually there's also the whole what do you call it? There are crack house motels in DC. I mean, hell, Marion.
We need something that's pretty close to the National Mall, and the hotel I picked is only 2.3 miles from it.
Yeah, I'm sad. You don't want no crack house. Oof, damn, those things are horrible.
Yeah, you might run into the mayor there.
Trump going out the back door.
That was a jab at the overdosed and dead former mayor of Washington D.C., Marion Barry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Much crack he smoked.
Yeah, he puts Toronto's guy to shame, man. Shit.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: he gets convicted, and gets reelected.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, that's politics for you, man. Shit.
So yeah, Pat, I saw you post that picture of yourself. I could not help but do the dot.
Which one?
The one where you had like 4 more days left, or day 4, and you posted your picture where you're wearing your hoodie and you're shirtless, and it's just like, oh.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. It's like until I reach my birthday, I've just been posting up like random pictures of me, reaching up to this milestone where I'm at right now. Like, damn, 40 years old. Has it been that damn long? I'm like, shit.
It's sad. In my 40s, I find that I'm probably in better shape than I was in my late teens and early 20s.
Yeah, because as a teenager, man, I was a skinny motherfucker. I think I actually did. I posted I posted like a picture of me back when I was like in 1996, and this is like I don't know, it was like what, about a week after I came back from basic training from the Army. It's like I was weighing like 170 at that time. Like I was a tiny little motherfucker, but at that time, I thought I had put me on the size. I'm like, I ain't shit compared to what I am right now. It's like I was a tiny little thing, but it's like back then you thinking like, oh yeah, I got this, I got that, and I was lean, but I wasn't shit.
That's just funny the way you describe yourself, because I'm trying to lose some weight. I'm down under 160 now. I'm pretty pleased.
You lucky fucker. I want to get below 160, or at least to 160. But it's hard to do that when, I'm having to, more or less stay at the house. Like right now, normally I'd be, like, I wouldn't have been streaming. I would be, walking around the neighborhood, walking the fucking dog. But I can't. I got a 5-year-old upstairs I'm watching while his mom's at work.
I think I topped the scales today. Well, the other day at 190. I'm like, I'm not bad.
And I got another down vote. It's 6-3 now.
6.
Oh. Yeah, you know what? Any publicity is still good publicity because they had to take the time to click on it.
Interactions, right? What, Pat? How tall are you?
5'9".
And what do you weigh?
I weigh 245.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Holy shit! So you're like a proper bodybuilder.
They're right there. I basically put on all this muscle about 4 years ago, because one day I just looked myself in the mirror, and it's like I used to have a build, but then it's like, oh no, I just let it slide, and I was like, I'm gonna try to get back in shape, but I just kept putting it off and off and off, and then one day I just looked in the mirror and I just saw me with this belly and all this shit right there. I'm like, yeah, I got to do something about that. So it's like, hell, I just got to diet and exercise, and the thing was, the diet that I picked, it's like like I'm Dwayne Johnson, like The Rock. Like he has like this one dad before he did the movie like Pain and Gain, and it requires you to eat so much goddamn food, and you have to follow that thing to the damn T. And I did that for like one entire year, man. Put on about 20 pounds of muscle and trimmed all the damn fat, and that's how I pretty much bulked up. And it's like I've been sticking with this ever since. It's like
Oh, do you even follow his epic cheat days?
oh yeah, man. Man, I told pineapple pizza and all that right there, man. I just tearing it up.
You lost me. But I do love the epic cheat days. For anyone who's not familiar with this, every 150 days, Dwayne The Rock Johnson allows himself an epic cheat day where he wakes up and makes like 50 pancakes for breakfast. At lunch, he orders like 4 pizzas and eats them all. And for dinner, he grills everything and then has dessert.
Well, I ain't never did it like that. I think with me it's like I worked out like 6 days a week, and then I had that one cheat day.
Okay.
Where it's like I basically just picked one thing, that I wanted to eat the most, and I just ran through it, man. Whether it was hot wings or whether it was pizza, or whether it was like something to snack on right there. But I knew as soon as I ate that, man, that next day I had to work my ass off. Like,
Oh yeah.
I think one time, I ate half a brisket.
It's all protein and fat though. That's good. That's good.
mm-hmm.
It's the diet. It's the sugar you don't want.
And it wasn't a small brisket either. I just kept coming back. I was like, damn it. I took 12 hours cooking this fucking thing. I'm gonna fucking eat it.
So you still doing your tweets about your upcoming 40th?
Oh yeah.
I just haven't seen any.
I know. I dropped down my one today, and then they're like this. It's like this one person, they came in and they were saying something about my eat carbs. I'm saying like dodge carbs and do this and all that right there. And him and another person who I'm like friends with on Facebook, started getting into it about that, and they started barking back and forth. I think what it was, like the guy, whatever, when I was doing like countdown to like 40, he thought I was trying to lose like 40 pounds, and I'm like, no, I'm saying the countdown to 40, I'm to my birthday and all that right there, and I had to show my picture like, motherfucker, I don't need no goddamn, I don't need no advice because I already got the size that I want right now.
Got that sexy ass body too.
Yeah, it's like like dude just failed to realize. So I guess you figure like, oh, this person looking for exercise advice. I'm like, nah, I don't need the advice, dog, as you can see right here.
And no offense, I'm not into black guys, but damn.
Yeah, I'm back. What's up?
That's what I said.
All right, Scooby.
I gotta hold
is
up.
Still more expensive than the Hilton.
All right.
I gotta hold this physique for my age, man. Especially my daughter's growing up and all that right there, and they getting into boys and shit. Like I said, I done already survived 2 proms. Well, they boyfriend, they prom dates did at least. Now
you're a better man than me.
Yeah, this is like the senior prom too, so I'm like, oh Lord.
Yeah, just take a fucking shotgun shell and toss it at them, and go. It moves a hell of a lot faster after 8 o'clock.
I know. Like I said, I'm not pretty much worried this year right here because she's 17, so it's like I'm pretty much treating her like an adult, and she's pretty much responsible now. So it's like, hey, because at 17, that's when I started like really getting out there, and 17 was when I lost my virginity. So it's like, I can't sit up here and try to tell her like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. When at 17 years old, I was doing that shit.
Yeah. I think I was about 17, 18 myself. I had to wait till I got a junior license because I got 5 older sisters. Mm-hmm. So it was every time I came home, the first question at the door was, oh, so you're the slut that's trying to fuck my brother. So, yeah.
Blockers.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
Rich, I sent you an invite. Just try and get rid of the backing up vehicle, please.
What is it with that kid? Every time he comes on, all I hear is like, it sounds like his family is like having some sort of like death match in the kitchen, and they're using like tin cutlery or some shit. It's all sorts of wild noise going on.
I have no fucking clue. But all I know is I keep hearing a microwave in the background. Beep, 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 beep. Quiet for a while, then beep. It's just like, dude,
Like
tell
silence the
grandma to
thing.
get off the scooter.
Oh, and guys, bad news. Chicago Blackhawks legend Stan Mikita died.
Sorry. That sucks.
Burnside, I hate to hear that.
Oh damn! Did you have to say Chicago and died?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
There's been a lot of that.
Did he die of natural causes?
It seems so, yeah.
Well, that makes it unnatural for Chicago.
Yeah,
I'm
seriously.
saying, man, the way they talked about that weekend, I'm like, good God Almighty! Even though I'm not surprised,
I heard about the last set of stats for shootings in Chicago, and I was like, damn it, Baghdad was not that fucking violent.
Yeah, seriously. It's I just can't believe how crazy it's got. I remember New York when I was a kid, and we thought that was the pinnacle. And Chi-Town has just become completely insane.
What was the final tally last year? Something like 3,700 shootings?
More people died in Chicago than died in Iraq and Afghanistan combined.
God.
Jesus.
There's so many shootings that Burnside decided to make up his own stat, death by nutshot.
Yeah.
Death by nutshot in the crotch, because that's how many shootings there were. It was enough that it was worth counting.
Yeah.
And of course,
it's actually a good high number of them. I think that must be a thing over in Chicago. They'll blow your dick off and let you bleed to death.
Well, that's because they're all holding their gun slightly angled down and sideways.
Yeah.
It doesn't, dumbasses, it doesn't cycle correctly. I wonder how many people die in Chicago from self-inflicting shooting their cock off from appendix carrying without a holster.
You know, that's a thing. Like I've seen it in a few movies. They try to show people in New York doing that. New Yorkers, even if obviously it's impossible to carry legally, but most New Yorkers will actually use like a holster, like one of the ones that slides in, like the hidden holsters. I mean, it's just, to me, it was always like a common sense issue with us. They'd show it in the movies. They'd show people, they're walking with it in the waistband hanging out, and then they pull the thing out. And
I have a run.
Hey, what's up, man? And they pull the thing out and they're pointing it and they're shooting it sideways. I have my entire life lived here. I have never seen anyone pull out a gun and hold it sideways like that. That don't happen
Scooby,
here.
Queen of the South says, Scooby, I like your sweetness. You're old school, and I like that. You're good people.
The only time I've ever fired a gun sideways like that was when you were firing with a gas mask on.
Yeah.
Okay. That I could understand, but I don't know. Me personally, I never understood it myself. Like, you got people around here, like they'll get a Glock and they'll customize the shit out their Glock. And so now you got this guy walking around with like a $5,000 Glock. And I'm looking at it and he says, "Oh, you like my piece?" Like, asshole, who the fuck blings out a gun? What the hell's the matter with you?
Yeah, you surprised.
I don't know.
I've seen gold-plated AKs. I have seen fucking platinum-plated fucking AKs. I have seen gold-engraved Walter PPKs. So, yeah, blinging out guns has been around forever in a day.
Yeah, Well,
didn't they used to do like pearly-handled revolvers back in the Old West, right?
Well, okay, let me see. Heinrich Himmler's PPK was really blinged out. So even the Nazis were blinging out the
Pretty much everything, man. Nazis were wearing Hugo Boss. They were fucking balling.
Well, it's oh shoot. Yeah, they were doing this kind of like well, let's see. Give you an idea. They were doing gold-plated Walters back in the day. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've seen them like I remember when I was a kid. I had a couple uncles. They had they have like a pearl handled like 1917 double action. They'd have like the ivory handled gun, or they have the one with the stitch leather hand comforter around the wooden grip. But I'm talking like Glocks. To me, it's because it's an all polymer weapon. It defeats or whatever the hell it's made out of, composite. It defeats.
It's polymer lower, steel barrel, steel upper.
Okay.
But I mean, here's the thing:
Mhm.
almost everything you can do to customize a Glock reduces its reliability.
Yeah. Well, not just that; it's ugly as sin. That's what I was getting
I
at.
mean, the gun's ugly to begin with. It's fucking Tupperware, and it's square. I mean, it actually is almost as ugly as a high point. But I mean, people like to customize them. I'm like, it's a $500 pistol, brand freaking new, and I don't see the point in customizing something that A, will make it less reliable, and B, doesn't marketably improve the weapon's accuracy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people put RMR sights on them. I personally don't like red dots on pistols. It's just me.
Yeah.
But to each their own. If you really want to carry around a red dot on your pistol, that's all you, bro.
Yeah. I can even.
I found a game where they have an image of you on it.
Really?
It's pretty much someone with a hockey mask on.
Oh, okay.
It's a vlogger's life. It's a clicker game, but one of the images has a guy with a like a Jason hockey mask on, and he's sitting at a desk with a camera at him and everything like that. But it reminds me of you when you have your hockey mask on.
All right, give me a second. I'll put it on.
Well, I mean, and speaking of overly dressed militaries, to this day, the Italian police force is dressed in Prada. So,
oh yeah. I will say this much: with the Italians, they got it right with the Beretta. They did. They really did.
I mean, they've been using Beretta's been in continuous production for over 500 years.
Yeah.
So, they are the oldest firearm manufacturer in the world. People can give them all the shit they want about Beretta, but you know what? It works. It's been around for a long time. You don't stay in business for 500 years and not be doing something right.
Yeah. You know what it was? That was a gun that had to grow on me. I guess because it's been our service pistol since what, like 85? I think we adopted it.
Yeah, since we got rid of the 1911, mainly because the 1911 was outmoded, but only carried 7 rounds, and just to be plainly honest, was fucking wore out. Like the old service 1911s were wore the fuck out. They had been some of them had been in service since like the 1930s.
Yeah.
And we adopted it, and we adopted the SIG 226, and I mean, the Beretta had been in from 85 to 2018. It's being phased out and replaced with the SIG 320, but I have my misgivings on that because, quite frankly, SIG has had 7 or 8 major recalls in the last 5 years because the demand for SIG has exploded.
Yeah.
But the production, their ability to produce to meet the demands has not, and they have been, in my opinion, they've been cutting corners. I will tell you, buy a 10-year-old SIG, don't buy a new one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been hearing that myself. They just opened up in what is it now? New Hampshire. They got their the new factory. Been there for
Yeah,
what is it, 5 years now.
they built a new factory. I mean, they needed to build a new factory. I mean, you can't. It's like, okay, if everybody in America suddenly decided to buy an F-150 pickup truck,
Yeah.
The quality would go to shit on them. I mean, more
Yeah.
than shit it already is, since it is a Ford to begin with. But
Let me ask you, yo, Pat. What about you?
Yeah.
You a gun guy?
I said, nah, I said not anymore. Now I'm just more into non-lethal and shit.
Yeah.
It's like I'm down. I'm saying I'm down with people like who got guns, things like that, if that's their thing and all that right there. But me, it's like I just steer clear from them right now. It's like,
Yeah. Like me personally, I guess because up here we were not really allowed to carry guns, but I can appreciate a really good, reliable bolt action. Just something to carry in the truck or carry in the car with you when you just. Basically, I'm a fisherman. I like to go out and fish, but something might roll up on you because there's other animals that like to eat fish too.
yeah.
Yeah.
like a bear.
Yeah. And even though I'm in New York, if I cross over and I go up into the Hudson River Valley, there is a chance black bear do come up that high. They'll come up from or that low, depending on where your orientation is. But there's been times where I've been in the valley and you see the tracks, and everyone says, "Oh, it's a black bear." It's not that big. It's still a bear.
Yeah, tell that to it. It weighs about 300 to 400 pounds, or more. Go walk with 4-inch, 5-inch claws on the end of its feet. Yeah, tell me again as it's mauling you how it's not so big.
Yeah, that's what I said to somebody once. They're like, "Oh, it's a black bear. They're not that big." I go, okay, good. You go handle it then.
Nothing, no.
It's
That's
not
like
that
whenever I go fishing, it's like I carry that big ass Jason machete with me, so it's like
Yeah. I there was once, believe it or not, I ran into I forgot what the hell I was going for, but I had the bait in my pocket, and it was attracting deer, and I was up over on Fire Island. That's what it was. I was going, I think, for striped bass, and the deer came up to me, and there's like hundreds of deer on that island. And they actually started like eating my clothes, and I'm sitting there trying to fend these things off. Let me tell you something. You don't realize it. You cannot do shit to a deer. They are solid muscle. I'm sitting there punching the thing, pushing it. It's just chewing. It's ignoring me like fuck off, flicking its ear. I'm sitting there 3-piecing the thing. It just turns its head and looks at me like, "Did you do something?" Like, you don't realize how weak we are as human beings, until like you deal with another animal and it's like, wow, I ain't shit compared to this thing. Like, this thing was chewing my jacket. I hauled off, blasted it in the face as hard as I could. I thought I broke 3 knuckles. This thing didn't even miss a beat chewing. It flicked its ear. It flicked its ear when I hit it. I'm like, fuck my head. Its ear is flicking. I'm like, okay. I'm done.
Down here, the deer are different. It's like when they see us, they're like, "Oh shit, I gotta go." They know we come. Cause we know we coming to hunt.
Yeah, I guess they've gotten really brazen up here because you'll see deer now in the suburbs. It's the New York deer. They've gotten so tough, I guess, because they've got what we've thinned out the timid ones because I guess they all got killed off. Now we got like the hard rocks left. Because like I walked out. I'm at my sister's house out east. Probably like 2-3 months ago, I walk outside and there's a deer standing there, and the deer's giving me this look, and I swear to God, I'm looking in its eyes, and it's giving me this look like, all right, yo, make a move. Come on, please. Like, this deer's like grilling me, like, you feeling froggy? Come on. They've gotten like really outgoing out here. That's the thing. You're not allowed to shoot them out here.
That's why.
Yeah, because I told my sister, I'm like, I'll just put a salt lick in your yard and post up. And she's like, "Nah, you can't do that." I didn't realize. Yeah, it's completely illegal to, like shoot deer in a residential area. We had a thing though a few years ago. People were going around with like compound bows, just shooting the things and throw them up in the back of the truck underneath the top. Yeah, which I'm all for because we got so many deer now. Like, I mean, they'll defoliage the whole place if you don't get rid of them.
Yeah, deer are a fucking nuisance, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, they taste delicious.
Hell yeah, that's good. That's good eatings right there, man.
They're
Ooh,
very
venison.
tasty.
Really? Never really had them.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, the venison, the fried deer meat, man. Shit, the deer jerky, man. We
I
have
mean,
well, we have a ball down here.
I shoot about 7 a year, and that's because that's what I'm maxed. The state says I'm maxed out at shooting. So
Well, Nano, you and Pat, you guys are both in Texas, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Cool.
It all depends on where in Texas, though. But yeah, like I can literally. I'm pretty close to Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
in north. I'm in the northeast part right here. So yeah, I'm just like an hour away from it.
Yeah, you're probably on the other side of the fucking metroplex from me.
Hmm.
That's so cool. Like half of the people I stream with are from Texas. That's great. I only have to buy one plane ticket to visit.
Well, okay. When I say he's on the other side of the metroplex from me,
Mm-hmm.
imagine Dallas-Fort Worth takes up as much land area
Mm.
as the state of Connecticut.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Like I'm 45 minutes west of the metroplex, and if he's 45 minutes east of the metroplex on the other side, we could very easily be 3 hours drive apart.
Yeah, cause like I'm like about a good what 240 miles from Dallas.
Yeah, I'm south of Decatur by about 8 miles.
Mm.
So I'm 45 minutes west of the metroplex.
Oh,
But yeah, it's way the hell. I'm way the hell out there.
Wow. I'm just that much space to drive. That's like mind-boggling to me.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Dallas. Even though you grew up in New York, Dallas and Fort Worth will blow your mind because, like, yeah, they don't have as many people living there, but between Dallas and Fort Worth, it's almost unbroken. Little city butted up against little city, butted up against little city.
yep.
I definitely want to check this out. It sounds so wild to me. I'm just so sick of this small, tiny island with these thousands of
8
foot
million
high
people
buildings.
living there.
Yeah. Oh, it's so. I think Long Island, where I live, Brooklyn, Queens, Nassau, Suffolk. I think we got about 12 million people on this island.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. Okay, almost a huge chunk of the country's population lives either in New York, the greater New York area, or the greater Los Angeles area.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally, I like knowing my neighbor, but not being able to see my neighbor's house.
I can actually, in the morning, if I time it right, I could tell you what flavor coffee my neighbor uses. I could tell you. I can definitely tell you it's Folgers, but I could tell you if it's French roast. I can tell you if it's decaf, just because I can read the label. That's how close I am.
God dang.
Like subdivisions, gated communities. I make this joke, and it's a horrible joke. If your floor plan is flipped, because they offer like 2 floor plans, and they're like flipped, and your houses they're like huge. They're like 3,000-4,000 square feet. And but they're on postage stamp yards, and you live in a gated community. And I make the joke that if your neighbor leaves his bathroom window open and you got to pee bad enough, you could pee out your bathroom window into his toilet.
Damn, that's close.
Yeah,
I mean, but you've seen it. You know what I'm talking about? These gated communities. It's like
that's how close I am to my neighbor.
But they build these houses so big. We're talking like 3,000 square foot house. We're talking about a house probably in New York City that would run $2-3 million.
Easily.
Here they're like 300,000-400,000. But they put them on postage stamp yards. So they have this massive house with this little patch of grass.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is the point of having a big house if you essentially have no privacy?
Yeah.
And another thing that really annoys me is they all have these homeowners associations, and they're like, well, you cannot leave a car in your driveway. or you'll get fined. You have to have only these kinds of shrubs. And no, you can't park your fucking tank in the backyard. My fucking house. I'll do what the fuck I want.
Yeah, that's why my aunt and uncle made sure not to move into a neighborhood with a homeowners association.
Oh man, because them associations just be crap. Like,
Yeah, they want to sit there and tell you how to live your life and what to do. Look,
yeah,
unless you're like hanging animal entrails out to dry in your front yard, you know, I could understand that might be something they'd get miffed about. But anything short of that, really, what the hell is it their business? People are busybodies.
Mhm.
I went up to the Dollar General earlier to grab a bottle of Coca-Cola. I went in and the woman goes like this. She's like, "You want a bag?" I go, "You know what? It's a thunderstorm. Let me get I'll give the 5 cents to I'll let Cuomo get me for a nickel." And she goes and gives it to me and she goes like this. She goes, "We were giving them away for free." But she said then some rich liberal came in here and actually reported us to the cops and we got fined.
What?
Giving what away for free?
The bag.
The plastic bags. You got to pay for bags now in New York.
Son of a bitch!
and a bitch ass liberal came in. Oh god damn.
Yeah.
Stingy bastard.
Like, I can't imagine paying for a friggin' bag. I mean, I like the Dollar General closest to my house because it actually carries old school Jolt Cola.
Yeah. I actually go to the one by me because they got the Mexican Cokes with the real sugar in the glass bottle for $1.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
We're used to that down here. Honestly, I don't like the high fructose corn syrup Cokes. Fuck that shit.
I can't do it. It's too goddamn sweet, man. Hell, shit, that should have had me goddamn. Hold on, I ain't supposed to have this much goddamn energy. Shit.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I'd rather drink the real sugar Cokes than the high fructose corn syrup because real sugar metabolizes better. And it's natural, and you don't need a chemistry degree.
And it tastes better, too. That's the other thing, too. It tastes so much better. Like, me personally, I can't stand to taste anything with corn syrup. I grabbed the Coca-Cola, excuse me, because I get stomach problems. So I'll take a shot of it, like from, like in a shot glass if my stomach starts to get agita. It's not like I used to tell my nephew all the time. I'd see him sitting there with a big, tall glass of the shit. And I'd say, "Michael, what the hell's the matter with you, kid? This stuff was originally designed. It was supposed to actually aid in digestion. Like the name of Pepsi is actually based off of Pepsid, the shit that's in your stomach. It's supposed to imitate that. That's what the marketing ploy of it was. And you're only supposed to have maybe a double shot of this shit at one serving, not a whole glass of it."
They made it so good.
Michael Hatfield says you have to pay 7 cents in Chicago for a plastic bag. That's some bullshit.
7.
Yeah.
Although here in Florida, they're trying to get rid of them completely. So of course they sell the reusable bags for $1.
Where in San Francisco they got
What the hell was that?
What the fuck?
That's called the baby. In San Francisco, they got rid of all the plastic bags. In San Francisco, they got rid of all the plastic bags, so now that place is covered in shit.
Yeah, they got rid of the bags, and they got rid of. Now straws are a felony.
Straws.
Yeah.
Damn, boy, they just hate plastic, don't they? Shit. Damn, what did plastic? What did plastic do to San Francisco?
I mean,
fantastic meme.
I mean, here's the fucked up thing, right? Who doesn't actually not recycle their fucking plastic bags from the store anyway? Because I don't buy fucking bags for the friggin' bathroom, the tiny bathroom trash bag. That's what the Dollar General bags are for.
Yeah, right?
I saw this great meme about the straws, though. If you want to get liberals on board with building the wall, you just have Mexicans try and smuggle straws across the border.
That's awesome.
Oh my god!
I want that on the shirt. The thing that annoys me, I keep talking to people about that wall. Who cares either which way, if it it's not going to work. I don't give a fuck if it's going to work. I use the same example with ED-209 from the original RoboCop. like just the amount of industry that's going to be provided by that wall, it's going to completely not that they need reinvigoration, but it's going to completely reinvigorate and reinvent the Southwest. It's going to do wonders for the economy down there.
And here's the funny thing. It's going to put a shit ton of Mexicans to work.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. It's to me, it's beneficial across the board. Like people, well, what about the ones flying over in the plane? Well, I tell you what, maybe we should start issuing javelins to the fucking guys. What type of a question is that? Well, we're gonna fucking shoot down the plane just to make sure we take out the illegals? Look, we'll have people at the airport scanning. That's all. Christ.
And honestly, if they have enough to come in on a plane,
yeah,
they don't need to illegally cross the border.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, they could have took that right there to legally bring their ass over here.
Yeah. It's just, they have to do this shit because they're trying to stack the deck so they can get the votes. And you know what? I've been saying this for years. I was raised Catholic. They specifically target the Catholics because we always come from peasant stock. We come to this country, we come here poor, we come here impoverished, and that's the reason the Democrats target them, and that's the reason that they go after them. First, it was the Irish came here, and the Democrats targeted them. Then came the Italians. Then after that came the Sicilians and the other people from Southern Europe when they had the famine. Then after that, you had the people come from the First World War. After that, the Second World War. When they start to dry up, that's when they changed the thing to start letting in all the South Americans, always Catholics. I always tell people, everyone screams in this country about Israel. Start looking at the Vatican. Seriously, that's where most of these people that have been coming into this country for years all answer to. That was the problem that they had.
Except for the fact that, most traditional Catholics don't like the current Pope because he's Pope douchebag.
Yeah. Pope Francis the Swinger. Yeah, I know. He's my mother, oh my God, my Pope is on an island. She likes Benedict. She does not like him at all. She won't acknowledge him. I feel bad for the old girl. You know? I mean,
I think everybody that's Catholic really just misses the John Paul.
Yeah. He was the man. He was really cool.
He also swore up and down when where he's from, Poland, I think. And he actually, when he was first elected Pope, actually threatened to if the Russians forced I think it was either the Polish or the Czechs from not being able to practice religion because they're commies. He actually threatened to drop the papacy and pick up a Kalashnikov to fight the fucking Russians.
Fucking A. My
type of badass.
Yeah. I'll be honest, me personally, I can really I dig the Polish right now. Them and the Romanians. They're standing up for themselves.
Don't forget the Hungarians. It's most of these Eastern Europe countries.
Yeah.
And ironically enough, the fucking Greeks, because they've had enough, and the Italians have had enough, and the Maltese have had enough, and it's what it is? It's these French NGOs backed by fucking Soros that are taking these ships that can barely fucking float. I mean, we're talking leaking fucking garbage scows, sieves of ships and shoving as many refugees as they can in them, and then trying to float them across a Med and force them to dock without proper papers, which is a violation of maritime law. Right across into these ports Italy just said no. They elected a populist government that said no. I'm telling you right now, the EU is dying.
Yeah.
I'm giving it 5 to 7 years, and it will completely dissolve.
I think you might be actually kind of generous. I'm being honest. I'm going to give a prediction right now. I don't think that they're going to make it past 2021. I think that they're going to fold up within the next 3 years.
Well, I mean, I'm going to say that the disillusionment will start at that point.
Yeah.
But it will take 5 to 7 years for European bureaucrats to break apart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I agree with you. The fallout's going to take years, but I'm saying that the fall is going to start, I'm guessing, at least.
You've already have nations like Austria that have banned the wearing of facial coverings.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're actually on the ski slopes doing things in the winter that requires you to wear a balaclava.
Yeah.
You have country. Of course, the left wants to label it a burqa ban, but it's actually any face mask. You know, if you're not out in the woods in the snow in the Alpine, why do you have a face mask on? You know, you don't need to protect your face.
Personally, I'm against that for the most part. But in terms of like, for what is it, like government photo ID, and in cases where people need to check that ID, that you have to remove it. Sure. Yeah, I understand. But I really don't like the idea of banning pieces of clothing. You know what I mean? For general wearing in the street, you know? Well, but if you're trying to buy liquor and someone wants to card you, you got to show them your face.
It's also to ease with IDing people and to kind of make the Muslims sod off to Germany.
No, I know, but it's still it's crossing a line that I don't think is.
Well, I mean, Germany and Brussels crossed the line when they're forcing countries like Austria, Hungary.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
To take people they don't want to begin with.
But the I don't think the answer to, like, let's say a type of totalitarianism is different totalitarianism. I can't get behind that.
I can understand that, but it's Islam, and if you've ever had to deal with Muslims, they don't understand rational or soft-handed tactics. They understand the mailed fist.
I can understand that to a degree also, but then I would have to say, like, here in Canada, I just know too many Muslims, right? That, you know, most of the Muslims I know are like basically what, like, we got to come up with a word for this, like rhinos, Republicans in name only.
They've been westernized.
Yeah, they're incredibly westernized, right? Like
they're Minos.
Yeah, sure.
They're Minos.
Minos.
Yeah, like my niece is a Muslim, and you wouldn't know it to look at her because, you know, she doesn't wear any of the coverings and everything. And I've had to tell people a few times, like, you want to watch what you say in front of her? My niece is a Muslim. It's my nephew's wife, and they're like, really? She's Albanian.
Well, I mean, that's part of the Balkans, and Balkan Muslims are much more moderate than the ones from the Middle East or North Africa. I mean, the Balkans have been but the Balkans also, like places like Croatia and Bosnia Herzegovina and even Serbia. Like here's Serbia, a predominantly Muslim country, wanting to turn away refugees from the Middle East because they just don't want the Middle East fucking problems.
Yeah. My niece's brother was talking to me, and he says to me, he's like, you know, Scoob, I'll break it down for you. He's like, I voted for Trump. He said, and I'll tell you why. He said, I got 3 kids. I got one on the way. You know, I'm working about 60 hours a week. He said, you know, I'm at the shop. He said, I can't really leave. He's like, so I close up everything. You know, I got to do this 5 times a day when there's no customers. It's like, and I pray. He's like, and I work. He's like, I voted for Trump. He said, because one day out of the week, he's like, I go to the mosque for service. He said, and I'd like to be in there with my family, you know, and know that there's not some wild-eyed son of a bitch down in the basement making pipe bombs. He said, that's exactly why I voted for the man. I want the travel ban. So, yeah, like I know exactly what you're saying. Like that's why I try to tell people all the time. Like the Albanians and the Turks in this neighborhood, like it's great. I go into there's this one place in the neighborhood. It's called Galaxy Waterworks, but the guy's Turkish accent is so heavy. You know, like whenever he answers the phone, he says Galaxy because he's from Turkey.
Yeah,
and you go in there, and he's wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him, I go, what's with the hat? He says, well, I voted for him. I said, okay. I said, why? He's like, I came to this country to get away from radicals. I'll be damned if they're going to start importing them here.
Yeah. There's a Pakistani-born Muslim man who writes for the Toronto Sun now, and he's held entire conferences, right, inviting Muslim people, and basically the gist of his conference is, you got away from that shit. Don't bring it here, right? Like, you escaped. Don't fight to bring it here. We don't want it here.
Like, there's a very large Middle Eastern community that I used to, like, be involved with out here, and it's up over in Uniondale. It's right over by the Nassau Coliseum, and it's Middle Eastern, but they're all like they're Christians. There's a lot of like Zoroastrians, people of that nature, and they will not let them into their neighborhood. They're all Arabs, they're all Persians, and they won't let the Muslims move in. They'll specifically take them to like areas, when they're showing them the real estate where they know they won't want to move. Like, they'll take them over by where the Zoroastrians live, and they'll see like the imagery and everything, and they're like, nah, we don't want to live in this part of the neighborhood. So, which I thought was interesting, because when they find out, it's like, okay, they discriminate against people from that part of the world, but they know what's coming. I always found that interesting. Like, most people who are Americanized enough will sit there and they'll rally in the streets about how, oh, you're being discriminatory, this, that, and the third. But when someone is from that part of the world originally and they're here as a citizen, they'll be the first one to tell you, no, don't let people in from my country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And circling back to something, straight Sith male asks, are the Ku Klux Klan robes white burqas?
That's funny.
Oh, good God.
That's a very good question.
No.
A very,
Are the Ku Klux Klan secretly fuck. I can't speak.
Ku Klux Klan.
Just say KKK.
Never understood that.
Yeah, I slipped my words a little bit.
Jesus, that voice, man. Holy shit.
It's the kid. Yeah, the kid's got good lungs.
Wait, what? That's my man?
Yeah, no, the kid in the background was that your little sister. She's got good lungs.
That's my little brother.
Your little brother. Well, he's got good lungs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh no! Usually when I'm seeing stuff like that, like Antifa and the KKK and all these motherfuckers who sit up here and like cover themselves up and all this shit right there, I'm like, what the hell are you hiding? Like I'm saying, why the hell you hiding? You sitting up here, you claiming them, to be all this and that right there. So why do you have to hide your face? To like to spew all this bullshit that you be spewing all right there, like the Ku Klux Klan. They spread racism and hate and all that segregation and all that right there. But the majority of them are like, are always so freaking covered up and all that right there. I'm like, but if you really are down for this right here, why are you covered up? Why don't you just open and proudly admit that right there? Because you don't want to be recognized, because you want these people like out there in public who basically like I'm thinking like all these Antifa fuckers who keep themselves covered, because they're the type, if they ever get in trouble, they can just easily go somewhere, take all that shit off, and act like they didn't do nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And the sad thing is, like, the reverse. I gotta hide my face when I stream, because the thing is, where I live, I might leave the house, and they might just roll up on my house one day, like in an Accord or some shit. 6 of these little bastards get out and just beat the shit out of my mother because I ain't here. I don't trust those little punks, bunch of Walmart ninjas.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like with my little political channel right here, is like I make sure not can't talk like to not mention like family or anything like that, because that's one of my things right there. You can talk about me and you can try to come at me all you want. I can handle your ass, but fuck with my family, that's when you fucking with death.
Yeah, exactly. And people don't understand that. Like, I myself have been getting flack the past few days for putting my foot down with shit, and people are like, oh, Scooby, you have to be nice to people. Yeah, I don't have to be nice. You came at me. You came at at people I care about. I'm sorry. That's when the gloves come off.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing right there. It's like they don't have no morals and principles, but they expect you to have morals and principles and shit like that. But when you go down to their damn level, that's when they all of a sudden they want to be like, oh, you're doing this and you're doing that. Well, you started, motherfucker. Don't feel good now, does it?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad that I'm glad I talked to you about this because everyone I've been talking to about Scoob, you gotta be apologetic. But what the hell? Look, I spoke my piece. Grow the fuck up and toughen up. This is all because I hurt somebody's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna hurt. For Christ's sake, your feelings got hurt. You ever have somebody drop a fucking brick on your foot or something at work? You ever have somebody accidentally let go of a monkey wrench? It goes down 2 stories and hits you in the shoulder? Seriously? Oh no, that's right. They're sitting downstairs in the couch, playing the video games, and they got the microwave right next to them with the fucking cheesy things.
Oh, don't forget the Hot Pockets.
Yeah. Well, it's different. You actually earn the right to sit around and do that, is what I'm saying. Like if you're actually relaxing, you paid your dues. These fucking kids, they never paid their dues. That's the thing. Get up off your ass, get a job, put your nose to the grindstone. But no, Bernie Sanders, I want free shit.
I bet you money I could take on an Antifa.
Oh,
I bet you money you could take on 3 Antifa. Seriously.
It takes like 20 of them to take on one, on one Trump supporter. And you see how it is. You see how what's happened when it's been like even playing field, and all of a sudden, man, hell, the Trump supporters snap. What happened? All the Antifa fuckers got their ass whooped, man. Happened in Berkeley. It happened in freaking Portland and all that right there. What happens? Because that's what they do. They pick and pick and they pick, and they expect you to turn the other cheek. But when you don't turn the other cheek, what happens? You end up bending them over and spanking their ass.
Well, ever notice how they always seem to pick on a girl first?
Yeah.
But they also like to use women on their front line.
Oh, yeah.
They set up a line. They put the ladies up front because they know that, respectable people aren't going to, like, punch a lady in the face.
Mm-hmm. That's why the Trump supporters are lucky. They got me. I'm not respectable.
Yeah, then they sneak up and they sucker punch you and then run right back behind the motherfucking women. That's when you just say fuck it and you just goddamn run over them goddamn women and tear their ass up. That's why I said that's why I can't be out there in them protests, because I know me. It's like we can sit up here and we can talk all you want and stuff like that. But when you put your hands on me, I don't care if you are standing behind a lady. I'm gonna run over her ass and I'm gonna get to you, goddamn it, and I'm gonna tear your motherfucking ass up till the fact they come pull me off. That's why I can't be at them protests, because I know I will beat the shit out of these folks.
Yeah,
I have an imaginative character design for the Antifa fags. Like, I picture them as this white gremlin-looking demonic mofos, and I picture the white knight types as just these guys in armors that every second they see a woman, they must tip their hats and say "milady."
Oh, and don't forget, they must have their organic Starbucks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Starbucks.
Starbucks one hand, tipped hat in the other.
God forgive me for saying this. I nearly threw up in my mouth when I looked at her. I was driving behind this person who had a vegan bumper sticker, and I just pulled up next to her and looked at her. Oh my God, she was the most hideous thing I'd ever seen. God forgive me. I went home and prayed.
well, remember that vegans do not get the proper amount of protein, and their eyes start to spread because they're reverting back to their cow roots.
Yeah, like I said, well, not all vegans are bad. I got a couple of vegan friends. They're the coolest people I ever known. They got me on some vegan, food, and I actually pretty much like it. But it's like I just can't, like do it like 24/7 like how they did. They make it work out. They still cool right there. But the extreme fuckers, they're the ones that get on your goddamn nerve.
It's actually quite difficult to do it. Like each person spends about 90 minutes a day eating, right?
Yeah,
half hour breakfast, lunch, dinner. To be vegan and get enough protein and make sure you're getting all your vitamins, you're spending a lot closer to 3 hours every day just because of the volumes of food you have to eat to get the sufficient protein and vitamins and minerals. It's really hard. You spend a lot more time grazing than the average person.
You do realize, there's one truth about a vegan. How do you know someone's a vegan, a CrossFitter, or a Marine? Within 20 seconds of meeting you, they'll tell you.
Yeah, I actually can't stand vegans.
I know. My thing is with them is like this. Hey, you respect mine, I respect yours. But if you come up to me and you see me like eating a burger, talking about, oh, how can you eat that meat? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna eat this
It
motherfucker
used to
right in front
have
of
a
me. And
face.
yeah, and
But
if
it
you
had
keep
a
talking,
face.
In my old neighborhood, someone had gone around and put up all these posters of like cow skulls dripping blood with the eyes still in them, and it said something about this is like the animal butchery, and I had to go get my marker, and on every one of them I wrote, "This just makes me hungry."
Yeah, this is funny. If that actually happened to me, I'll just like, yeah, you want some?
My favorite thing to say to vegans when they say it had a face, and I go, yeah, it looked right at me right before I put a round through it.
and I mean, just watch their ass just melt, boy. Like what they, I'm like, beside what they gonna do? Fight me? I'm like, what?
Nano, that was somebody's mother.
And that's okay. There was no spots on the fawn. I'll shoot it next year. I'll let them know. I always look at them and go, yeah, don't worry. I let them grow about 5 years before I shoot them, so they have a nice big rack, so I can hang my hats on it.
Because in the end, like I said, you know, there is no crime with eating meat. So to all these extreme vegans out there who keep bitching and pissing and moaning, I'm like, hey, fuck off, goddammit. There ain't no crime with what I'm doing. So hey, shit, you enjoy yours, I'm enjoying mine. If what I'm doing gets your dick in your ass, then that's your problem.
All I got to say to the vegans is thanks. That's just more steak for me.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had a run-in once. Oh God, about how many years ago was this now? This got to be at least, I want to say 12, 13 years ago, maybe more. I'm with my wife and her family. Her little sister at the time was still involved in dance, and her dance troupe was actually doing the halftime for the Knicks-Hawks game. So we were going up over to the Garden to watch. And this is the same day I think I told you we all seen Gilbert Gottfried, and her family's like, oh, should we go in and say hi? Should we talk to him? And all these people are standing outside. The man was in Subway eating his lunch, and I'm like, I look at the whole crowd. I'm like, get the fuck on! Leave the guy alone. He wants to eat his lunch. Really, you're gonna go in there and surround this man while he's sitting there trying to shovel a sandwich down his mouth? Have some respect. But
you know, I think it would suck to be that famous because you could never go out in public without being harassed. And just trying to fucking have dinner.
Yeah, seriously. So we're walking past the Subway after that happened, and like we're going, and it's there's a KFC, and there's all these lunatics outside with their signs and their placards, and we're trying to walk past the crowd, and they won't leave us the fuck alone. Like we're trying to get somewhere, and they won't fuck off. So finally, they're like, I get in the ringleader's face because I'm in no mood for this. Like, what the fuck's your problem? Oh, well, we just want you to give us a moment of your time so we can talk about what's going on here. I said, well, what's going on here at KFC? He goes, yeah. I said, let me tell you something. I said, as soon as I get home, I said, I'm going to put on a leather bodysuit. I'm going to eat an entire family feast bucket, and I'm going to go kick the fuck out of my dog, and it's your fault. Now move the fuck out of the way. And I pushed the guy out the way. And the family's like freaking out. I'm like, how could you say that? You know, what the fuck? I said, the guy's not going to let me go until I sit there and look at pictures of dead chickens. The fuck out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's this place in Toronto called the Antler. Okay. They serve like, venison, and everything is hunted by the actual chef.
Just to let you know, you had me when you said, okay, there's this place called the Antler. I was already sold.
Vegans went to protest, and they're standing around outside. They aren't letting people in. So what he does is he goes to the back to the kitchen, and he gets a venison leg and brings it to the front window where they can all see, and just starts slicing it in front of them.
I think I've seen that video.
That was Toronto, man. That was they had a fit. They do it about
they had a fit, and I think what they called the police and all this shit right
there. Didn't he like partially apologize for that shit later though?
Oh, more like I probably shouldn't have done that, but
a snarky, sarcastic apology.
Yeah, he doesn't do it every time now, but he was really, they got his goat, and he was like, yeah, here.
I don't blame them.
Yeah, because it's like it's ridiculous. It's like, damn, like if doing what you're doing makes you happy, then leave everybody else alone. They ain't hurting you and shit like that. The only thing they're hurting is they damn feelings. I don't eat meat, so therefore I don't want the whole world to eat meat. But that's not gonna work right there. So it's just like worry about you and stop worrying about what the fuck they doing.
Yeah,
a vegan.
I'm like,
sorry,
I don't give a shit, but you know what? You try to keep me between me and my steak, and you don't do that.
No.
You know what? If you want to eat twigs and berries and fucking whatever, go right ahead. But I'm not going to eat twigs and berries.
I'll eat them on occasion, but it's like, hell, when I want meat, goddamn it, I'm gonna eat me some meat. I don't give a damn if I'm hurting your feelings.
I mean, I'll have the side salad but I want my fucking porterhouse.
I remember when I was a kid. I say kid, I think I was at this point at least 20, maybe 22 years old. And
yeah,
this is
you
back
weren't 25 yet. You were still a kid.
Yeah. Well, this is back when I was still trying to go out for the world's strongest man. So I was probably about 200 and maybe 280, 275. That's when I was still putting up foreign change. So, I'm with the old man. We're down at the docks, and we're trying to pull, and we're pulling up our traps, and we're about to leave, and this guy comes over and he starts bitching because he's one of those environmental nuts, and you have to put them back. I go, it's our catch. Well, you got to put them back, this, that, and the third. And I look at my father. I go, Pop, what should I do? He looks at me without even missing a beat. Pitch him off the fucking dock, Pachota. Okay, I put down the trap and I throw him right in the water.
Okay, and on that note, guys, I've got to call it a night. I got to work tomorrow. Thanks for having me. And yeah, good show. Good times.
All right, good shit.
Night, Irv.
Hey, Irv.
Peace out.
Yeah. I was always been an environmentalist myself. But, you go and you sign a petition, or you go to your town hall and you sit for a meeting. You don't dress in a cow suit, cover yourself with red paint, and chain yourself to something. I don't know what the fuck is the matter with those people.
Yeah, it's like, the extremists make, I'm saying, like every cause out there, man, just look ridiculous. It's like, it's one thing to fight for a cause, but when you get so goddamn extreme and indoctrinated in, man, you just fuck it up for everybody.
Yeah. Like, I tell people I'm an environmentalist, and the first thing they say to me, oh, you don't strike me as a tree hugger. And my thing is, well, because I'm not. My thing is, I don't want to, drink dirty water. I don't want to breathe dirty air. I don't want to live in a dirty environment. It's that simple. I like what I recycle. I take the extra effort. If it's like a 50-cent difference to buy something that's been recycled or buy something fresh made, I'll pay the extra 50 cents and buy the recycled thing. It's, to me, it's the little things.
Yeah.
Like I've dealt with people before in the past, and their whole thing is it's all or nothing. I don't do all or nothing with anything. That's just I can't be bothered. That's I don't know. That's just me. I can't deal with extremists.
Mm.
Oh, fuck, the dog's barking. I'll be right back. Damn it.
And it's like, it's like they're extremists and everything, but on both sides, like no matter what side you're on, whether you're pro or anti something, there's always that group of crazy motherfuckers who just make you look just awful.
Yeah, there are. Back to the vegans thing. I was a member of a Facebook group called Vegans versus Meat Eaters, or Meat Eaters versus Vegans. And I'm like, you do realize that we're not just meat eaters. We're omnivores. We eat vegetables too. I'm like, no, our teeth were made to only eat vegetables. They're made for grinding. I was like, then why the fuck do I have canines?
They will never explain that.
That's when you fuck them up right there.
They're like, oh, yours grew in wrong. I'm like, no, the fuck they didn't. They showed me fucking images of how teeth are supposed to look. I'm like, you see how those other the canines are a bit longer? That's because it's made for ripping into flesh.
If we weren't meant to eat, meant to eat, why do we have binocular vision?
Right? I've had plenty of them tell me, well, then I want to see you kill a lion with your bare hands. I'm like, there's a reason why, we're humans and the others are animals is because we evolved to make tools. No other animal uses tools. Really? Chimpanzees use fucking sticks to eat ants and termites. And that usually stops them.
Yo, I gotta hop off. I just slid down the stairs after this damn dog and busted my ass.
Oh
no!
Yeah, no, I'll be sorry. I'll be all right. It's just like I can't bend my leg right now because it's spasming. So for me to talk on this computer, I got to lean across the counter. So yeah, it's fine. I'll be fine in the morning. It's my bad leg. I landed on my ass, and my sciatic nerve went, so I can't bend my knee right now. It's like it keeps hyper-extending, so it's fine. I'll sleep it off. I'll be good in the morning. It's just I can't I could sit here, but I'm literally right now leaning across the counter because I can't bend my leg to sit back down to talk on the computer. So yeah, so I literally have to go lay down because I can't bend my fucking leg back.
All right, go do you.
All right, man.
I'm sorry, guys. I feel bad. It's just,
all right, man.
All right. I'll talk to you in the morning. Night.
All right, now take care of it.
Night.
Laters.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that blows. Poor Scooby.
He's just had an awful week when it comes to fucking shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he has. Oh, and I've been trying to help him keep his sanity. Because sometimes with this shit, it's hard to keep your fucking sanity.
Oh, man. No, especially with the everyday nonsense that be going on. Yeah.
I'm starting to rethink back at all the shit that's been happening during my first year as a freshman and my second year. And now I'm going to my third year. I was like, yeah, there's something going on with all the weird progressive shit they keep teaching us. Because I can call at least like 5 movies about racism that we've watched.
In the Canadian school systems, the university system?
No, I'm talking about the California school system.
Oh.
Oh, you poor thing, you're in California.
Ooh.
Oh, God, no, that's California Stan. If you were in the in the shit Cisco, greater shit Cisco area, I think they should be more concerned with the amount of poop on their street than they should be concerned about racism.
I'm not there. I'm glad I'm not. I only went there for a summer program, but yeah, that place stinks.
I'm to the point. I'm to the point now that I will just, if I want to visit San Francisco, I will watch the Ant-Man movies. It has all of the shit CGI'd out for me. I mean, it's like saying, because you know what? I've spent enough time in Mop Level 4. I don't want to go back to fucking. I do not want to wear a chemical warfare suit to go to fucking San Francisco. Jesus Christ, you're going to California anyway. You already got to wear body armor, so,
Mm.
And then out of fucking close to, 2,000 guns, I don't think I have a single one that's legal in California. So, fuck them.
No gun is legal in California.
Oh, no. It is if it has a less than a 10-round magazine, has a chain, is on the California approved list, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I have a 1911. that's California legal because it only has 7 rounds.
There's been about 3 kids that died next to my street and next to my school, so I don't feel very safe.
I feel very safe with an arsenal around me, but safety is not. See, feeling something is completely and totally objective. I mean, for ex-liberal to feel safe, you might have to have everyone disarmed. For me to feel safe, for hypothetical fucking points, I might need my own very own tactical or very own strategic nuclear warhead pointed at Washington D.C. I will feel safe then. But we don't have a bill of feeling. We have a bill of rights, which is really more of bill of limitations placed on the state.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Because it isn't about what you can do. It's about what the government can't do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, I'm starting to wind down.
I was about to say,
get tired.
It's kind of late for you guys, so.
Yeah. So, since you came in last, Pat, show your shit.
Yeah, for a lot of people who don't know, my name is Your Boy Pat. I have a channel on YouTube called Your Boy Pat, where I basically talk about a lot of political and social issues, but I'm kind of kind of slowing down on that a little bit, trying to start up another new channel where I am trying to do things with like friends and family, so everybody can see that side of me. Plus, I'm trying to break up this other channel where I just talk about, other wild things that be on my mind, things like that. And hopefully I get that channel really started out soon. I'll be like posting it a lot on Twitter. It's just I just gotta get a little stuff started now, and especially like with my channel, like I change up a whole lot of things. Thanks to this other person crying, like, you using you using my name that I use on my thing right there. And I'm sorry that your ass got more subscribers than me and shit. So hey. Now I gotta sit up here and I gotta think of something else.
That's some bullshit.
But it's like, I'll figure out something real soon.
All right. Nano Reaper.
Hey, I'm Nano. Don't really have anything to shill because I have one stinking video up on my channel.
Hey, I got one, and it's the most viewed one on my entire thing. It was my trip to Alabama. I went to Oxford, Alabama, and filmed a haunted bridge.
I'll get some more up there when I have some more content. Because I don't even know what my channel's named. So there, I can't really shill it.
All you have to look up is your actual name, your YouTube, your Google name, and
I guess it's Nano Reaper. Yeah, it's Nano Reaper. Just look it up. I think that's my channel. I'll find it. Yep, that's it. It's the one with the big plane on the freaking thing.
And Richard Art, still your shit.
Okay, I'm Richard Art. You can find me on Twitter and on my YouTube channel, which I'm not posting on right now. I gotta work to get some new shit, but yeah, if you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter, and I am pretty savage and also quite perverted, if you check my like.
Alright, and I am Terracin, your favorite cyber bitch. I don't really have anything to shill. Just please like, share, subscribe, and whoever gave me downvotes, suck my ass.